Mattoon here with Mind Rewire. I'm super excited to be here with you. This is a segment of MindWise. We are talking about subconscious change, just change that people want in their life and how to go about doing that, what it looks like. I'm going to go through a whole series of videos here as we roll along in the next couple months. Just describing energy, what that means, how to utilize it, how do you use your physiology to change your mind, to change your life, to create a different reality around you. A lot of times when people talk about these things, it gets kind of into this woo-woo-y, kind of place of spirituality and kind of a new age idea, which is totally fine and cool. But the reality of it is that there's a physiology to your body. There's processes going on that actually activate those things. And when you know how to dip into your own physiology, when you know how to up your chemical balance with your good chemicals, the dopamine, the serotonin, the oxytocin, when you know what you're feeling when you go into an amygdala hijack, right? When the cortisol and the adrenaline are rushing through your system, right? You're feeling panic, you're feeling depression, you're feeling anxiety, and you can recognize that that's what you're feeling, and then shift your focus in order to upregulate the good hormones and the good chemicals in there, to get a better neurochemical balance, to get a better feel for inside your own body. It's part of what Mind Rewire is. In fact, it is what Mind Rewire is I teach you how to use your physiology in order to gain that kind of control. Basically, you get a different respect for your body, for your mind, the way you can act and react inside yourself. So this segment of MindWise is on shifting your focus. What does that mean when you shift your focus? So when you're focusing on a certain thing, is what's giving your outcome. That is what's giving you your outcome. Whatever your focus is. And so this is where it gets kind of confusing, because people will think they're focusing on one thing. So let's say it's a job. I really want this job. I really want that. You're focusing, you're talking to people, you're going in, you're going through the motions, and it doesn't happen for you. Why is that? I would have to ask, what is your internal dialogue? What have you been saying to yourself while you're trying to get the job? Oh, I'll never get this. This is too much for me. I wouldn't be able to handle it if I did get it. What are you talking to yourself about? Do you ever stop and listen? So the whole time that you're going through the motions and doing the right things, talking to the right people, right? Going after the bigger job, going after the promotion, going after more money, whatever the it is, what are you saying to yourself on the inside? And how does that affect your purpose or your focus? What would happen if you shifted your focus away from getting the object, getting the thing, just enough that you could come at it differently and have a different internal perspective, have different internal dialogue? So let's take, for example, like Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf. And I love this example because if you're staring in the face of a wolf that's growling at you and its teeth are bared and he's, kind of riled up, his hair is probably up, his shackles are up, how does that make you feel, right? Automatically just standing in front of a wolf that's doing that would give you horrible anxiety, right? Total fear, probably an absolute panic. But what happens if you step just to the side of that a little bit? Let's say the wolf is going to stay right there and you can step to the side of him and look at him from the side. What does that difference in movement in where you're standing do for your perception of that wolf? He's still growling, he's still got stuff going on, but now you're looking at him from a different angle. And so it allows you to have a different perception of what's going on, probably with him and within yourself also. And it might give you a different way to look at the situation so that you can come at it differently. What if you're looking at him from the tail? What if you stand behind him and look at him? Totally different feeling to it than if you're standing in front of him, letting him full face growl at you and gnarl at you, right? So being able to shift your focus means standing in a different place, looking at the situation from a different angle so that you can get a different read on it. You can get a different idea about it. It'll probably change your chemical structure a little bit inside your own body, so you'll get a different feel inside yourself. It may give you a little bit more power to stand in a different position, right, than leaving yourself standing right where you're at. When you are able to do that, when you're able to shift your focus that way by moving your position, even if it's just 1 degree, what you'll find out is as your perception changes, you get that upregulation of different chemicals. So instead of the cortisol and the adrenaline, you're going to get more oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin. The list goes on further than that, but of the good chemicals, you're going to get an upregulation of those good things in your system. And you can actually feel that. This is part of the physiology of how your body works and how you can take control of it. When you can feel that internal dialogue going on, instead of fighting against it, if you can work with it, when you know you're in an amygdala hijack, when you have a lot of cortisol, a lot of the negative stuff going on, and you can feel it and step back from it, take a look at it and go, how do I upregulate the good stuff? How can I bring the good stuff into my body? Because you can definitely do it with just a thought. Shifting your awareness, shifting your focus, giving yourself something else to think about will upregulate these good hormones and give you a whole different way of acting or reacting to a situation. So within your own actions and reactions, you can create a whole new reality. You get an option and a chance to do something totally different in your life at this point when you're upregulating these different chemicals. And it's such a cool difference than standing there letting the wolf growl at you, standing on the side of him or at the back of him and going, I can do this a little bit differently. I can think through it differently. I can move through it differently. So it's pretty cool in that regard. So this is all about shifting your focus. What are you focusing on? What is it that you want in your life that you're fighting against, that you're fighting with, that you're struggling over? And what are you saying internally? What are you really focusing on? If it's not happening for you, what really is your focus? What are the words you're saying? What are you feeling inside your body? If you've never felt your body, if you've never gone through the motions of stopping and feeling the upregulation of the good chemicals versus the negative ones, let me teach you how. MindRewire.com is my website. You can also find me on Facebook at Mind Rewire. What we do in Mind Rewire is we're literally helping you rewire your mind through your physiology. Taking control of your life through the physiology, the stuff on board that God gave you. You've already got it in you. We just don't know how to use it. Nobody ever showed us this stuff. And it gets super interesting within the scope of your life. It's way fun to be able to know in the moment when you're having a down regulation, when something's just happened, the chemicals have, you're getting that lower influx of chemicals, to raise your own energy in an instant just by what you're thinking and doing. And then to be able to shift perceptions even from the past. You can stand yourself in a different place and even shift those perceptions, right? So it's changing the landscape of your mind. It's an 8-week course that I teach. I guide you through the whole thing. You learn about energy. You learn about your physical body. You'll learn how to move and grow differently. Check me out at mindrewire.com, and I hope to see you soon. My name is Christy Mattoon, and this is MindWise.